I'm here. It's going to look a little weird because I'm actually on my webcam. Sounds so freaking creepy. I don't have any of my cameras with me. I have none of my cameras, none of the big cameras. I'm on my iMac web screen, webcam. I didn't send an email out. I'm sorry, apologize. I can't keep up. It's so chaotic here. I cannot. I try. I do my best. But I'm still showing up live. That's all I can do. That's all. Hopefully you can see me okay. Hopefully you can hear me okay. And then the internet wasn't working, so I had this moment. I try to go live. The internet goes down. So I had to unplug the router and plug that back in and Ethernet cord it. I don't even know if anyone can see me. I don't even know if anyone, I don't even know. Hot mess today. Where is this? They probably can't even see me. I don't even know if it's here. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can see me. I probably talk like an idiot. Wait, Bruce says Bruce is here. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate it. Okay. You can see me, and I'm assuming you can hear me. Hi, Earl. Thank you guys for showing up. All I can do is show up, right? That's all I can do is show up. We currently have 77, my CRM open, 70, there's 77 deals right now, which is great. I'm thankful for every single one of them going on right now. 77. So it's hard to just manage. It's really hard to manage everything. It's tough. Thank you. I can see it good. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Look on the computer screen. It's very strange. I'm used to looking at the camera over there. Look at the camera. I don't have anything specific to talk about, but I have some cool things to mention. I hope you guys are doing well. If you have anything interesting to ask or to share, please do. I've had a lot of success. I wish I could share these successes, but I don't. Sometimes I shout people out and they get mad. So I can't. But I had some really good successes this week, like people with mailings. I wish I could share them because some of them they're doing so well. I had a couple cool things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3.5 really cool things to share. I guess they're cool to me, but I don't know how they will be to you. I've been selling a lot of, I'll tell you what I've been seeing lately. Let's do that. Real estate has slowed down a little bit for the past couple months. Real estate mailings have been really, really high. But I think that's due to agents having a really rough winter, and then they're spending all their marketing budget in the spring, and then it kind of just levels off. This is a hot season for them, so I don't think they do as much advertising as a whole. Home improvement is still strong. It's tapered down a little bit, but it's still very strong. I've seen a lot of pet stuff lately. I don't know if that's just some kind of. Let me actually look at everything that's going on. There's a lot of home improvement, a lot of restaurants, a lot of pet stuff. We have dog training, dog walking services, a couple of those, kennels. I don't know, maybe because people go on vacation too, and they're looking for doggy daycare. Maybe that's something. Haven't really explored that niche too much, but I've got a noticeable increase in that. So if you're a marketer, that could be an industry that you should maybe think about. Car detailing, a lot of wedding, a lot of invitation stuff. Also, we do a lot of grad invites and stuff and graduation parties, at least here. I don't know. A lot of signs for those. Restaurants, real estate, random stuff. Dog. There's so much. There's another dog grooming. There's so much. Pets right now. I wanted to talk about, probably be a short show unless you have questions that I can answer, but I wanted to show you something really, really cool to me. Monica's new mover templates. She uses the same as I do, so I'm not sure what, it's that initial design that we use. She uses the same design. I mean, it's basically this with different backgrounds. It says welcome to the neighborhood. So if you have the new mover course, I'm happy to share that template with you. It's really there's no better way to do, in my opinion, a new mover mailing than this kind of format. If you're getting businesses together, you can just change the back. You say, welcome neighbor, welcome to the neighborhood. Have a picture. Use a Google Map image or some kind of image of the area, and just change the colors and stuff. Or you can use the local school colors, the local whatever, and just throw a bunch of business on it. This is the best format. This is really the best format. It holds the most ads, the most flexibility. It's great. You got to think you're a new mover and you get one of these in the mail. It's like a really nice thing to have. And if you're a business, targeting new movers is an untapped opportunity for so many people, because it's a channel that no matter how big you are, your competitors are likely not using. So it gives you kind of an edge of reaching these new movers. And you can, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually find new movers for free. Let me put that up on a banner, because some of you won't know that. You can find new movers for free. I'm going to throw that up there so people scanning the show will see that. New movers for free. This is one of the best resources top resources that you can have as a marketer or a business owner. Sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work, but there's two databases. One is called, what is it called now? Someone's going to correct me, because I still call it Reference USA. It's not called Reference USA. Then they call it Data Axle, and now it's like Reference or something. USA Reference. That and A to Z databases, or databases A to Z. I can never remember, even though I use them like almost daily. I use them both. Your public library, many public libraries will have access to these databases. They're incredible. You can find up to the date new movers and new businesses. So you can pull, like we pull lists of new businesses all the time. I always check it. What businesses have just been registered? It's free. So you all you need is a library card. And if your local library doesn't have it, then you can find one that's nearby or in another part of the state that you'll get access to. It can sometimes take a little bit of legwork, but it is well worth it. You get a remote card, and you don't even have to go to the library. You don't even have to go to the library. In fact, my local library does not have this access. So I have them in 2 other libraries in New York State that allow outside access. And I've never even been in these library systems. You access it from home. You access it from your computer, and you can look up people that just moved into your village, county, state, city, neighborhood in the last last week, last month, last 6 months. I think they go 6 months back, as well as new businesses. So if you're a marketer and you want to easier sales or hit up the newer businesses in town, you can look up these lists at any time. It's totally free, completely free. It's an amazing resource. That right there is worth watching the live stream. If you did not, if you stayed on here to listen to me ramble, that is well worth it. Reference Solutions. That's the good job, Les. Reference Solutions. Use it every day, and I can never remember. I still call it Reference USA. The Data Axle thing was so stupid. That only lasted like a day. What a fantastic resource to have as marketers. This is one of the best top resources that you can have. Very, very, very top. You can do so much. I have a whole course. On new movers. I'm going to have a mini course on new businesses, because that is an exciting thing for anyone that's in marketing or wants to make money on the side or something. Just targeting new businesses, so businesses that have just popped up in town. They're not always new business owners. Sometimes they're just opening a second business, a third business, or they're expanding the current operations, or they change their name. Sometimes you see that there's been like a legal change in names, or maybe another DBA for various purposes. Like they could be in a state, but it could be a new location. It could be whatever. They're a newly registered business in your area, and you're going to be able to hit them up really quick. They need stuff, they need signage, they need menus, brochures, magnets, business cards, banners, postcards, web design, SEO, everything. You can help these people. And sometimes if they are truly a new business owner, they're not jaded by a billion people calling them for SEO services. So it's a kind of a different type of person. You can make some lifelong friends and clients and see them grow. And that's my favorite thing, is starting with a business that's really, really small, almost zero budget, or they're spending very little money, startup capital they have, and you're helping them grow. You actually see them grow, and years down the road, if they hang on, and you've been an integral part of that, you can be responsible for their success. Sometimes they'll even say, I couldn't have done it without you. I could not have done this without you. And it's an amazing accomplishment. That's why I like working with these little businesses. Yeah, sometimes it's not, but for the most part, it's very accurate, They're public record. They're publicly, wherever they scrape these things from, there's a reason that kicked in. I mean, I find, and I do these for all over, I find them very accurate. And I know, like, in my own neighborhood, you're not going to know how accurate they are for the most part, unless you like search your own local neighborhood and you see. Sometimes it's like, oh, this place has been around forever, but it's just because they maybe registered a DBA or something. They registered a DBA for whatever legal purpose, and it pops up as a new business. But you'll know that if you're in tune with your communities, which you should be, if you're a marketer, you should be in tune with what's going on. You'll be able to notice, okay, oh, that's what's going into this place. Oh, I see that place has been empty, and you see it register, and you say, oh, that's going in there. You'll be able to know a lot of times what businesses are going into places. Like, you'll see work done, construction done, a movement activity in some place that's been closed, and you'll look it up and you'll see what that business is. The inside edge. I couldn't tell you how much, money I should track that kind of stuff better. How much I made off new movers, but I don't do a lot of active prospecting anymore. I can't handle it. But I will still hit up new businesses. That's one thing that I'm always checking and always trying to get in there, because I just think of my competitors. I don't want a competitor getting to them before I do. Hey, Jim, it's good to see you, Jim. Maybe you got your stuff out. You should get it any day. I think Jay sent it out. I think she sent that out. So finding new movers for free is fantastic. I'm going to pull that banner off. You can also find with those, you can find people. You can pull up consumer lists, you can put up data, business lists, filter by industries and employee sizes, and all sorts of stuff. They're invaluable resources to have as marketing professionals, or if you're a small business owner, just to be able to pull up new movers, where you find people who have just moved into an area and market to them, which is a really great. Excellent. Really excellent resource is mailing to new movers. If you're not doing that, if you're a Dean, and I know you email me, and thank you for picking up 9x12 mastery course. It's on the list. I'm trying to get to it best I can. I could be replying to it now, but I'm on live. It's one of the things that I've set everything aside for, so I can show up live for you guys, for all 10 of you to talk to. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to mention a really cool thing. Wait, I'll tell you that in 1 second. I'm going to tell you an interesting. I don't see too much new in EDDM. I don't see much new experiences that I've never had, but I had one yesterday. Well, actually, today. Never had this happen before. I've never had this happen. Sometimes we have to troubleshoot EDDMs. We do a lot of EDDMs for people, and every post office can be different the way they handle them. They can all be different. Some don't give you press. Some will call me up. So every time we send an EDDM out to another state, another area, we include this list of things to explain what this is, what to do. And sometimes they'll call and they have a question or something. Sometimes we have to troubleshoot things. Sometimes they see a weird shape and they don't think it's an EDDM acceptable shape or size, and we have to straighten them out. I got to get on there and freaking straighten the people out. I have to do that every now and then. Straighten the post office out. I do that on your behalf, for those of you that have mailings, have us do mailings. But I had a weird one come up today. I'll put a banner up on it. Just an example of troubleshooting and just business in general, just figuring out a solution. Weird EDDM experience. I had I'm not going to shout him out because he could harass me for it, but a successful marketer does a bunch of 9x12s and stuff. And well, I think he was having trouble with finding the routes on EDDM. They weren't pulling up or something. So he called, he gave me a heads up. He said, these aren't showing up. But he had talked to the post office and gotten the actual numbers. And they showed up fine for me. And then I actually had processed the route and it was fine. Totally fine. Worked, no problem. But then I went to do his mailing and the girls back there are like, this isn't going through. I can't get the EDM websites down, which it glitches all the time. The EDM website glitches all the time. It's really annoying. Has a lot of quirks. So I thought it was just a glitch. And then I was like glitching. And then I realized it was just these routes. It was like other routes were fine, but it was just these certain routes for this one post office. And it was glitching. It was sending you couldn't save the route, wouldn't let you process it. So I had to get my USPS rep. I eventually got in with support, technical support, and they're like, they duplicate it as well. And they're like, I don't know what this is. This is just some weird thing. But now I'm at the point I got to mail these out. Like, I got to get these to there. What do I do? You know, how the heck am I, if I literally can't process it? And they're like, well, we'll send it to the support ticket team or something. You can't wait. You know, you got to get these things out. So what the heck do I do? And I'm going to ask you guys, what would you do? What would you do if you were handling an EDM mailing for someone or for yourself? You're sending it out to another post office and you can't process it online. You can't pay for the mailing. What would you do? I'm going to throw this on here. Let's hear because in business, we have to constantly tackle these problems, right? These things just show up and you're going to be off in the one. Like my team here, they're not going to know what the heck to do. They're not going to know what to do. It falls back on you, the owner, or it might be a manager, marketing manager, something. Ultimately, you got to figure this out. You got to figure out a solution. These kind of things happen. They materialize in all different forms in business. What would you do? I'm going to tell you what I would do, what I did do. I don't know if anyone sees this question. Hang on one second. Okay. I drink the water before I die. No one knows. Okay. Well, here's what I did. I ended up calling. I called that post office. Postmaster was just out. Talked to the supervisor. Can't be afraid to call these postal people. And we worked out where I explained this. Earl put contact the post office. Yes. So I explained the situation. I said, I do a lot of these. I cannot get this through. And I just kept repeating that, you know, I'm my business here. They need to get these out. They want to do this mailing. They paid for it. We got to get them out there. So I offered to just create the EDM paper. I said, I'll make the paperwork. I will make it exact and, sort it exactly like that. And I'll give you a check for the postage, or you'll be okay with that. I will put it in bundles. I will make it easy for the carriers to deliver. It'll be the exact amount of pieces. I'll give you the check. And we worked it out. So yes. Just manually create it. Just took form 3602, pulled up a facing slip and just like edited it in photos. You could use Word or whatever. And just made wrote the carrier route numbers and stuff. The manifest, just duplicated your regular EDM paperwork, and they were totally fine with it. So that fixes things. Just an example of troubleshooting. I've never run into that before in my entire time since I've been using EDM since it started. I think it started in February, and I started using it in April of 2011. So this whole time I've never had that happen. Never, ever had that happen. But we resolved it. The other thing that I wanted to tell you before, I'm probably going to stop the show after this, but I just wanted to mention it. It's cool to me. It's probably not cool to you. I had a video shot and I never finished editing it. Yeah, hopefully, man, if these, I don't want to say when business slows down because it's the business, like I said, I think we have 77 deals. We have 77 deals right now. 77. There's orders in the works, like basically materialized. There's 77. And I essentially have to have a part in every single one of them, communications. I'm trying to find the time to put these in. I still have to, me and Scott Meisner have to finish. And that's on my end, the review guide. And then the food thing is coming up. I'm just trying. I'm trying to get these done without suffering other things. I already start cutting other stuff out just to send more emails, and it's swallowing me up whole. What was I going to say? Oh, coolest thing ever. Coolest graphic thing ever. I care about this stuff. We are constantly having to fix artwork. So and if you're doing printing for people, if you're doing, you don't necessarily, because if you're going through me, I can fix it all or whatever. But if you're in the design or printing, especially business, you are constantly having to deal with bad artwork or artwork that you need adjusted or fixed or altered. And many print shops and stuff will turn people, they'll say people, I can't take this file. I can't take this. This is a bad image. It's low res. This won't work. Or they will just print it and it will look like absolute crap. So we get a lot of business, a lot of reviews, like goodwill, a lot of really good and save deals, and get a lot of business because we fix people's artwork. It's constant fixing low resolution images, changing things, modifying things, enhancing things. And Photoshop, if you have not seen this, has the biggest change that's been in like a decade or something. Like it's probably the biggest change there is in Photoshop just happened. And it's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. If I was more prepared, I would show you an example, but you can always YouTube if it's interesting to you. There's the main piece. So this is now going to be like a main tool in our arsenal, and it could be in yours. So if you ever run into this problem, this could be really helpful. It's called generative fill. It's only in Photoshop beta. If you have access to Photoshop, you can download the beta and you can go. It is so mind-blowing. You can take for us, for marketing and printing and stuff, you can select things and not only take them out, but if you want something taken out, it will take it out like nothing, but it will recreate using AI, of course. It will recreate what was in that background, and it will create something that wasn't there before. It will take it will make stuff. It will make a whole, if you have a picture that's this wide and I was also wait, I'll take, this is just someone has this, someone wanted this printed. We print this thing. I'm just going to take this for example, like an animation or whatever. If you have like a photo that's like this, like shot on a phone, and you need it wide, for whatever reason, postcard, it's got to fit. It's got to be, you can take this in Photoshop, select, you want it this wide, and it will recreate, it'll make a whole scene. It will match the perspective, the lighting, the colors. It will create things. So if you have like a yard, picture people in at a seascape or something, and you just extend it this wide, it will make an entire scene with people, with things, realistic, 100% realistic. It will make it, and it will give you 3 choices, and you can pick through the 3 what you want best. If you don't like those, you can put more. And if you want it to have a boat in there, if you want to have a dog, if you want to have a Doberman, if you want to have it will create that in there. It will it's so unbelievably powerful. And the applications for marketing for this are really high because you're dealing with creatives and pictures, or maybe you're trying to add something, or you want a contractor and you want rain put into the scene, you want a broken window, a torn up roof. You need for pictures of before and after. So many applications, you could just make it. You just literally what would have taken hours and hours and stupendous skill to do before is now just your minds. What can I tell it to do? And it will do it. It is beyond anything I've ever. It's scary, but it is wild. The applications for marketing for it are really, really high. Like it's just absolutely mind-blowing. Another mind-blowing thing is a tool we use called Gigapixel. If you're familiar with that, the Topaz suite, we use that one a lot. Topaz Gigapixel AI, which will take it's wild. It will take a blurry, out of focus, pixelated, someone takes like a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot, and it's just a person's face all blurry. Maybe that's their headshot for real estate. Maybe it's a sign you're making, an invite, and their kid it's all pixelated and stuff. It will take that, and it will take an image this tiny, and you need it to be this big to go on a postcard. It will make it could gigapixels it, and it will recreate it using AI, and it will look perfect. Like it always looks perfect. Like it will take the most pixelated, blurry crap picture of a person, and it will make it edit scenery too, and it will just make it sharp in focus, like AI recreated, and it looks like the person. It is the most just crazy. I don't know another word for it. It is insane. Yeah, but it's not. I understand Midjourney, and that's a separate thing. This is along the same lines, but this is made to be not necessary to create like Midjourney, where you're creating like maybe a piece of art or something. But Adobe uses is called Firefly. So they reference their large stock image collection. So it's very real. It's taking something in and putting it into a photograph and having it blend in perfectly. Like the purpose of Photoshop is to alter a photo. So it's a different application than Midjourney, but it's using that kind of thing for it. So it's different. It's different than the Midjourney thing, but it's just as mind blowing. But it's like it's useful. Like Midjourney, what are you going to do with Midjourney? It's crazy what you can do, but you're not going to to implement it in marketing. Generative fill in Photoshop it's called Adobe's Firefly project. Is really, really a game changer, a whole new chapter in. Yeah, the AI thing is scary. It's just going to get better and better. And this Photoshop thing, it's just in beta. I mean, all this AI stuff, when you get it, you let it another year, it's going to be, these robots going to be killing us. That's going to happen. I appreciate it, Earl. So those are, I'm going to shut the show off because I don't think anyone really knew I was even going on. I wish I didn't have to why do I have to make 100 emails and tell people days in advance? Like it's just click the YouTube. I don't understand. Just subscribe to notifications. I don't understand why anyone doesn't do that. If I want to watch something on YouTube, I click the notifications and it alerts me. It tells me, hey, this person's live on YouTube. I'll put in a calendar or something. I guess it's a testament to that you can't expect people to just work around you. And just in business in general, you have to pursue them. You have to follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up. We have an intense follow-up process. Our follow-up process is really, it's consistent following up with people. And we get a lot of deals because of that. A lot of deals that would have just been lost if you didn't follow up. It really, the money's in the follow-up. Make friends before it takes, I hope. I'm moving to Japan. I think Japan's probably safe. It's probably me moving. I've got on my sailboat and go live in the ocean somewhere because this AI thing is scaring the bejesus out of me. So I hope you learned something. I hope you had a good time. I appreciate you guys for showing up. I really do. I'm just trying to get this banner off. I can't remember how to take it off. Yeah. Next time I'll remember my camera. I really appreciate you guys. I will see you later. I hope you're selling. I have another thing that I can't say it on here because I have some clients that I can't talk about it on here. I wish I could, but it's a super money. It's a big money. Plus there's 2 competitors and I'm taking their business away, and you could too. And I really want to share it. I'm not totally sure how I want to stick it to one of them, because they tried to stick it to me, but I'm loving this. It's a big money maker. It's a direct from mail response piece. I show you what, there's 13 people of you. So if you're interested in this and you're going to actually take action on it, I think I'll share it with you. So just send me an email. You know my email. I'll share it with you. It's a direct mail piece for this one certain industry, and it's incredibly cheap to send it to too. It uses there's a special thing, and it works so good. There's actually 2 businesses that are kind of dominate this specific thing. And one of them tried to work with me on it, and they were kind of a dick about it. So I don't work well with partners, and they rubbed me the wrong way. And then I started, so I saw it as an opportunity, but I think the people, it's just one industry, and the word must have gotten around, and I've been getting them consistently coming to me. And there's so many of these, and the pieces they're the simplest pieces I've heard. They're so simple, and they were so good. Oh my God, they're so responsive. Medium high ticket industry, really good response, really clever EDDM. Huge amount of opportunity, just opportunity everywhere. There's many of these in every single place you live in. And the direct mail piece is really, it works really, really well. And they're all going to just these 2 companies that actually sell them as leads. They actually do them and sell them as leads. They actually send them out, get the leads, and sell off the leads. And now these people are finding, some of them are discovering me because they hear about EDDM and stuff. And you could be doing it too. That's it. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for showing up. Bye.